In question 26, because of friction between water in oceans, the rotational kinetic energy of Earth is continuously decreasing. We need to find the average torque of the friction on the Earth when radius and mass is given. Solution 26. So the torque is I alpha. Now Earth is a kind of a sphere, so 2 by 5 mr square, and alpha will be omega naught, omega minus omega naught by t, okay, by the equation of motion. So when you put all the values, you will find that torque will be 5.678 into 10 to the power 20 Newton meter. In question 27, we have a wheel rotating with some speed. We need to find angular deceleration and angular velocity 5 seconds after the torque. Solution 27. So omega naught will be minus alpha t. Alpha will be minus 10 over 10, that is minus 1 revolutions per second square. Omega equal to omega naught plus alpha t. This was that because omega was 0. Now 10 minus 1 into 5 equal to 5 revolutions per second after 5 seconds. So deceleration is 1 revolution per second square, and velocity after angular velocity after 5 seconds is 5. In question 28, a wheel of mass 10 kg is there. We need to calculate force that must be applied tangentially to the wheel to bring it to rest. Solution 28. So torque is moment of inertia across center of mass to alpha, and torque is also F cross R. So by these two things we can find the force. Force will be 0.2 1 by 2 mr square. Alpha will be 10 pi by 3 square over 2 into 20 pi. So force will come out to be 0.87 newtons. In question 29, a cylinder is rotating. If common magnitude of acceleration and deceleration be 1 revolution per second square, how long will it take before the two cylinders have equal angular speed? Solution 29. So in this situation, for first cylinder, omega is 50, omega naught minus alpha t, that is 50 minus alpha t. So t will be omega minus 50 over minus alpha. After this, we will have for second cylinder, omega equal to alpha 2t because initial velocity is 0. So time will be omega over alpha 2. So now time is same, so this will get equated, equation 1 and 2. So because of that, you will be able to find omega to be 25 revolutions per second, and time will be 25 over 1 second. In question 30, body is rotating. At what time will the body have kinetic energy same as the initial value if torque continues to act? Solution 30. Initial angular velocity is 20 radian per second. Alpha is 2 radian per second square. T1 time is omega over alpha 1, that is 20 over 2, that is 10 seconds. So in 10 seconds it will come to rest. Now we again need to increase, so it will be 20 over 2, 10 seconds. So total time required will be T1 plus T2, that is 20 seconds. So after 20 seconds it will again come back to its original motion. In question 31, a light rod of length 1 meter is there. Find the initial angular acceleration of the rod, assuming that it was horizontal in the beginning. So this is solution 31. Net torque will be net moment of inertia into angular acceleration, and we also know torque is force into perpendicular distance, so it can be F1 R1 minus F2 R2 net torque equal to net moment of inertia is m1 r1 square plus m2 r2 square into alpha. So once we put all the values, we will have actually this is 5, this is 2, 1 by 2 square alpha. So from here alpha will come out to be 8.57 radian per second square. In question 32, suppose a rod in the previous problem is there. We need to find initial angular acceleration of the rod and the tension in the supports to the. So this is 32nd. So A part, net torque will be net moment of inertia into alpha. It will be 5 into 10 into 10.5 minus 2 into 10 into 0.5. So this will be the net torque, how F1 R1 minus F2 R2 like, equal to 5 into 1 by 2 square plus 2 into 1 by 2 square plus 1 by 12 into alpha. Alpha will be 8.01 radian per second square. B part. In B part, tension 1 minus m1g equal to the net force m1a T1 will be m1 into a plus g. So it will be 2 alpha r plus g equal to 2 8 into 0.5 plus 9.8. Acceleration is alpha, remember. So ultimately the tension will come out to be 27.6 Newton on first body, and for second body it will be mg2 minus t2 equal to m2a. So after solving this, t2 will come out to be 29 Newton. In question 33 we have this figure. Now the pulley has a radius r and moment of inertia I about its axis. Find the acceleration of mass m assuming that string does not slip on the pulley. Solution 33. Now according to question, what do we have? mg minus tension 1 equal to ma and tension 2 is equal to ma. By these two equation we have I a over r square because alpha is A over R into R is also there. So this is torque. I into moment of inertia into angular acceleration. This is equation 1, this is equation 2, this is equation 3. So add equation 1 and 2. We will get mg plus T2 minus T1 ma plus ma. So after solving all this, acceleration will come out to be mg over m plus I over r square. In question 34, string is there. We need to find the acceleration of the block. The figure is given to us. This figure. Solution 34. So according to the question, this equation will be there, mg minus t equal to ma. T can also be written like I a over r. Oh, actually this r it has gone down, so therefore r square is there. So this r will go down, so it will become r square. So these are two equations that we have. Now mg m plus I over r square into a. So after simplifying this, a will come out to be 0.89 meter per second square. In question 35, suppose smaller pulley of previous question is there. Find the tension in the part of the string joining the pulley. Solution 35. So here we will have the following equations: mg minus t1 equal to ma, t1 minus t2 into r1 equal to I1 alpha, T2 R2 equal to I2 alpha. So by these three equations, we can find that T1 will come out to be I1 over R1 square plus I2 over R2 square into acceleration, and by this you can find A to be mg over I1 over R1 square plus I2 over R2 square plus m. Putting all the values, acceleration will be 0.316 meter per second square. So tension T2 will be I2 A R2 square equal to 0.2 into 0.316 over 0.01, which will give us 6.32 Newton. In question 36, this pulley is given. We need to find the acceleration of the block, capital M. So this is solution 36. So according to question, mg minus t1 equal to ma, t2 minus t1 into r equal to ia over r. Or you can say this r will be downwards, so r square. T2 minus 3 T3 ia over r square. 1, 2, 3 and 4. and add 2 and 3. T1 minus T3 equal to 2IA over R square. Add 1 and 4. After adding 1 and 4, we will get minus mg plus mg plus T3 minus T1 equal to ma plus ma. Let this be 5, this be 6. Now substituting T3 minus T1, we will get mg minus mg equal to ma plus 2ia r square. So acceleration will be m minus m into g over m plus 2y over r square. In question 37, we have this diagram. We need to find the acceleration of the block if its mass is 1 kg. So this is solution 37. So for this, we have T1 equal to m1a, T2 minus T1 into r is I alpha, so I alpha over r, m2g minus m2a by 2 equal T1 plus T2. T2 minus T1 is equal to IA over 2r square equal to 5a by 2 and T1 equal to a. T2 will be 7 by 2 a. So m2g m2a by 2 plus 7 by 2a plus a. So 2y over r square g, 2y over r square so after solving this, a will come out to be 10.3 meter per second square. In question 38, we have this figure. A pulley is there with some radius. Assuming inclined plane to be frictionless, we need to calculate the acceleration of the 4 kg block. Solution 38. It is given, let this be T2, this be T1. Uh, 4 kg, 2 kg. So the equations that we will have are equation 1 equation 2 equation 3. Now add 1 and 3, we will get m1g sin theta minus m2g sin theta equal to m1 plus m2 a. From here acceleration will be m1 minus m2g sin theta over m1 plus m2 plus 1 by r square, which will be 0.248 meter per second square. In question 39, we need to solve the previous problem. If friction coefficient between the block and plane is 0.5 and plane below 4 kg is frictionless. Solution 39. So in this case what we will have is this: m1g sin theta minus t1 equal to m1a, and t2 minus m2g sin theta plus mu m2g cos theta equal to m2a. This is 2. And t1 minus t2 equal to ia over r square. Add 1 and 2. We will obtain some equation like m1g sin theta minus m2g sin theta plus mu m2g cos theta plus t2 minus t1 equal to m1a plus m2a. Putting all the values, acceleration will be 0.125 meter per second square. In question 40, a uniform meter stick is there. A small object of mass 20 gram is placed on the stick. Find the tension in the two strings. Solution 40. So according to the question, we have this scenario. Equal to 0. So t1 into 0.7 minus t2 into 0.3 minus 2 into 0.2 into g equal to 0. 7 t1 minus 3 t2 equals 3.92, and t1 plus t2 equal 0.2 into 9.8 plus 0.02 9.8 equal to 2.156. So by equation 1 and 2 you will get 10 t1 equal to 10.3, t1 equal to 1.038 Newton, 1.04 approximately, and t2 will come out to be 2.156 minus 1.032, that is 1.118 Newton, approximately 1.12. In question 41, we have uniform ladder of length 10 meter. The vertical wall is frictionless. If it stays on the ladder, we need to what will be the minimum coefficient of friction for the electrician to work safely. Solution 41. So in this scenario, R2, R1 reaction forces, weight 16g and 60g, 37 degrees. Friction. So ultimately what we will be having is R1 equal to mu R2, R2 will be equal to 16g plus 60g, 745 Newton. So R1 will be 10 cos 37 degree equal 16 R1 10 cos 37 degree equal 16g 5 sin 37 degree plus 60g 8 sin 37 degree. So from here R1 will come out to be 412 Newton, and R1 is equal to the frictional force. So R1 is equal to frictional force, that is mu R2, which is equal to 412 Newton. So mu will be R1 by R2, 412 by 745, that is 0.553. In question 42, suppose frictional coefficient between ground and ladder of previous problem is 0.540. We need to find the maximum weight of a mechanic who could go up and do the work. Solution 42. So R1 10 cos 37, 16G 5 sin 37, mg 8 sin 37. So R2 will come out, R1 will come out 48G plus 24 by 5 mg, and similarly R2 will come out 48G over 24 by 5 mg over 8 into 0.54. So by this two equations, 16G plus mg equals 24G plus 24 mg over 5 into 8 into 0.54. So from this m will come out to be 44 kilogram.